Good morning. It's Thursday, August 23rd. Welcome to the 4th episode of Live at 5 right here at the Miles Fire Information Post. This is Stewart State Park. You're in Prospect, Oregon. I'm your host, Cale Casey, one of the information officers with Pacific Northwest Team 2, the interagency federal team managing this fire. Thanks for joining us this morning. Thanks for firefighters out there in the night shift, and thanks for the firefighters working the Ramsey Canyon fire. Quick update on the acreage for Miles. The acreage actually went down on Miles due to more accurate mapping. We'll give you a little more on that, but the containment's up nicely to 45%. Columbus, the acreage is 10,061, and the containment up nicely to 55%. Personnel down to 674, right sizing to the strategic operation objectives that we have. And we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the highlights. We're gonna give you some information on the Ramsey Canyon fire that broke out yesterday, about 30 minutes from here. We're gonna go ahead and talk about wildfire preparedness. We're going to talk about the burn operation that continues on the 6640 road, the community meeting tonight in Tiller, and we're going to talk about a little bit about how we get our mapping done. All right, let's jump right into the Ramsey Canyon fire. For those of you who are following, ODF, the Oregon Department of Forestry, has an information page on Facebook right now. It's called the Ramsey Canyon Fire Information Page. Go ahead and go there, click like, and you'll be able to follow it all throughout the day. Also, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office issued evacuation level 3s for the areas between Ramsey Road, address 13469, north to the Meadows Road intersection, and another area of Meadows Road. So that's on the Ramsey Canyon Fire Information page. We went ahead and put a link on our page, and of course, the most definitive source of information for evacuations is Jackson County Sheriff's Office page. Just some details on the fire. It began yesterday about 12:45. This is according to ODF. The cause is under investigation. It's near Sam's Valley, Jackson County, Oregon. It's threatening private land, Bureau of Land Management land, and industrial land. It's at approximately 600 acres, 0% containment, approximately 211 structures threatened. The governor of Oregon, Kate Brown, did initiate a conflagration decree. That means that all of the resources from Oregon State Fire Marshals and ODF are able to do the structure protection without question. They went last night. I saw engines driving up as I was there. And again, the level 3. Now from our fire, from the Miles fire in the South Umpqua complex yesterday, we sent 2 helicopters, 3 engines, a dozer, a water tender, and 2 crews were released to go and bolster their efforts. That's what we do. We'll be in direct communication to support and assist however they need, regardless of the badge or agency, regardless of who we work for. When initial attack happens, we all help each other out, we all respond. That's part of the mutual aid, that's part of the Greens Pants Nation. It's your structures, your lives, and your values at risk that are important to us. Remember, Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Ramsey County Canyon Fire Information page, and you can also call the Joint Information Center based in Grants Pass at 541-474-8305 with your questions. I know their phones were really busy last night. We really appreciate the Joint Information Center being there. They're there to support your information needs. Let's get into wildfire preparedness. We sent one of our information officers, Andy Lyon, down at 2 p.m. and then I went down and joined him at 6 p.m. last night. That fire behavior is impressive. It's very dry here, folks. The fire was coming over the ridge off of Ramsey Road when I got there. Single and group tree torching. All the grasses in the area are dry, all the trees in the area are dry, the live fuel moisture is very, very low. Be very careful with fire. I know you hear us say it, but to watch residents come out of their houses and see the fire coming down the ridge, and just to see how impressive it is when the forests are so dry that they immediately light up, reminds us every spark can start a fire right now. Every mistake can lead to a big deal. And this Ramsey Canyon fire right now is a big deal. It grew very quickly. It spread very quickly. The Ramsey Canyon Fire Information page has excellent footage on it of helicopter drops. It was just incredible to watch. So remember, be fire wise. Have a plan for how you're gonna get out in case a fire breaks out near you. Have a plan for what you would bring, your medications, your important papers, your extra clothing. Have that ready. It's wildfire season. It's not gonna end anytime soon. It's predicted to be a dry fall, so be ready. If you have large animals, you can also do a preparedness plan on that. I know I saw horse trailers staged off to the side, ready to respond to help out neighbors. That's an impressive part of both the Sheriff's Office, the search and rescue, and neighbors helping neighbors. Okay, let's talk about our burn operations. Yesterday, the winds were favorable to continue on the 6640 road. Remember, the mission there is to secure the east flank. You can see now that the fire that we put on the road is showing on the map now as a nice deep buffer. I know they already started mop up, so for those of you who are wondering how that looks, they're already mopping up the far eastern edge of this line. This is the east flank line that protects all these values at risk, the private lands, a Highway 62 corridor, prospect. That's our mission there. They have a little bit more to continue in today to tie that in, but they've been putting all the efforts into securing this eastern flank. Okay, community meeting tonight in Tiller. That's at 6 p.m. That's an open house. Everybody's welcome. We won't be able to live stream because of the lack of Wi-Fi and cell service, but we will record it and we will post it on this page. So for those of you who can't be there but are interested in the operations update and seeing what went on and hearing the questions, we'll have that for you tomorrow. Let's talk about the mapping. When acreage goes down on mapping, it's generally because a couple things happen. There were 2 or 3 days where we couldn't get our infrared flight to fly over the flyer and give us that scientific camera seeing through the smoke acreage count. When that happens, we make estimates. We're making estimates based on what we see from our own helicopter flights, based on what we see from the ground, and then when we can get a flight like we did just yesterday, then our mapping team can compare what we've estimated to what's actually now mapped with the heat signatures, and then we can get that accurate mapping. So that's how we try to, and it's always nice to see the acreage come down anyway. We're trying to keep this at the smallest possible footprint. Okay, for the strategic objectives, for success, what it looks like to us when we have this black line here is that we've protected all these houses, the Lost Lake area, Stewart State Park, and Shady Cove. That's all in level 1. That's what success looks like for us. On the west side, we still need to tie in this west line. This is a patience game. It's not ready for us to bring the fire down through this mountain slope here to the 2925 road. The fuels in there are still a little bit wet. They're still moving very, very slowly, but this is all ready to go. When we have this line finally in, then that takes out all of the area of Tiller and the communities there. So that's our next objective. This east objective, success looks like protecting everything to the east. That's what we're doing right now with the burn operation. And to the north side here, you can see with the black line and the fire scars, we have met our objective of protecting all the values to the north. Okay, the weather. Very, very interesting weather today. I saw 1 star when I got out at 4:30, 4-ish to come in here. It's gonna clear today. We're gonna have a little ridge of high pressure moving in. The winds are gonna come from the northwest. So they're gonna start having this effect, again, pushing this away from our containment line. That's one reason why it's such a patience game here. 8 to 12 miles an hour, gust to 18. Temperatures will go up a little bit today to the 80s. Relative humidities were in the teens and the 20s. And an inversion will set up this evening. So again, neighbors helping neighbors. Go ahead and post your questions here. Follow the ODF Ramsey Canyon fire information page and take steps to firewise. These lightning strikes spread quickly. The fire yesterday spread quickly. Be ready. And standing firefighter ordering number 2, know what your fire is doing at all times. So yesterday afternoon when that fire started to move, there's a lot of communication. People on the road system talking to the fire crews, talking to the helicopters, talking to the bulldozers. We want to make sure everybody stays safe, because watch out situation number 8 is constructing fire line without a safe anchor point. So during initial attack, it's a very dangerous time. I know we had hand crews in there. Excellent work, hand crews. We're very proud of you. It's a very dangerous situation. Today, hopefully they'll be able to get a nice anchor and start working around that fire. They were dropping retardant drops. We have some of that to share through the Ramsey Canyon fire information page. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting Green Spence Nation. We'll see you tonight in Tiller. Community meeting 6 o'clock.